Welcome, agents, to Kaleidoscope Conspiracies Rookies versus Veterans. Here are a quick overlay of some rules, just a little bit of housekeeping to get out of the way, and then we will announce the twist for the season. Boom. Okay. First off, we'll send you a copy of all of the rules to the announcements chat soon after this is done. We would appreciate it if you take the time to read the rules, as rules are important. And always remember, you can't F the rules, they will not call you back. The other thing is we will post a schedule of the season. The schedule is, of course, not going to reveal any game-changing twists or game-changing consequential information, but it will provide you with a good overview of important dates. So that way, hopefully, between now and then, you will have the ability to decide whether or not you have the ability to make it. We are also flexible, so giving you the schedule up front. If there's anything that 100% will not work, please let us know, as we have the ability to kind of work with anybody and everybody to try to make things work. We love participation, and we don't want anyone to feel they are at any sort of disadvantage for the inability to participate. So overall, Kaleidoscope is a Skype-based survivor org. So you are going to try to outwit, outlast, and outplay. And this season, you're going to try to out-conspire, because you are competing to become the ultimate conspiracist. Remember, any questions that you have about the game, whether it's relating to the challenges, the format, the twists, any of that, please feel free to ask your prod chat. We may not answer right away, as we will confirm with fellow prod members before we provide you with an answer, but we will let you know that we have seen your question and we will get back to you as soon as possible. If it is something that we feel that everybody should know as a whole, we will generally, without revealing who asked the question, make an announcement in the announcements chat. So if something were to be like, hey, I was confused as to what time the challenge started. Did it start at 8? No, it's going to start at 9. Announcements. Hey, everybody, just so everybody's aware, the challenge is starting at 9 tonight. Kind of like that. Kaleidoscope has built a reputation in the org community on being able to maintain a respectful atmosphere amongst our competitors. So we please ask that for everyone to be respectful of each other, both as players and as people. This also includes production. We know there's going to be moments in this game where things are going to get heated. You're going to get your feelings hurt. You're going to have to cope with really difficult emotions. Despite all of that, we ask you to please maintain a certain level of respect. And if you have any issues and you feel like somebody has crossed that line, please bring it to Prod's attention, and we will address it without making anybody feel isolated or any type of way. That is our ultimate goal, for everybody to have fun. And to always remember, there is only one winner. Unfortunately, that means that everybody else has to lose. And so we always ask that you please treat everyone with the same level of dignity and respect on their way out the door as you also would like to be treated. All right. Integrity. We value integrity in our game. Therefore, cheating of any kind will not be tolerated. This includes, but is not limited to, screenshotting and or quoting chat messages, voice messages between you and another player. No spy calling, which is where you're calling while you also happen to have another player on the call. We take accusations of cheating very seriously, and we will investigate any and all claims. This is why we ask that we are added to all one-on-one chats. It helps us keep a timeline of information that takes place. So that way, if anything comes up, we can be like, okay, that's very interesting, and we can follow those leads as possible. When it comes to strikes, we have a 3-strike system in this game for inactivity. 3 strikes will result in an expulsion from the game. Strikes can be given for the following reasons. If you no-call, no-show a challenge, that means that you do not let us know ahead of time that for whatever reason you are unable to make the challenge. Then you will receive a strike. Letting us know that you are not able to make a challenge because life happens is okay. We understand. We know that not everybody is going to be able to make every challenge. So just give us a heads up. We don't want to expect you to show up and then you do not, because then we cannot adequately prepare for it. Not pre-voting, followed by not attending the interrogation room. Every round, you will be expected to pre-vote prior to every interrogation room. You can change your pre-vote as many times as you would like. However, not pre-voting and then not showing up will result in a self-vote and a strike. And then no activity in your prod chat for an entire cycle. So communication with production is key. All right. So every round we will check in, we'll check your pulse, we'll see how you're doing, we'll find out whether you're mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually still fit to continue in this game and that everything is good with you. Failure to talk to us for an entire cycle, which means that you, between the last time an interrogation room has happened until the time after an interrogation room has happened, that will result in a strike. You are not required to do confessionals every single round, but we do ask that you do confessionals or at least give us your thoughts on what's going on in the game. That will help us know that you are active and you are participating. All right. You can also, we can see you're talking to other people in the game. So like that exists as well. Just failure, just disappearing for an entire round is going to result in a strike. All right. Confessionals, again, not mandatory, highly recommended. So please send us your confessionals, send us your thoughts. Any VLDRs you would like to send out to the prod chat, please make sure you say VLDR and then you send the message and it'll go out to the VL. Remember, the VL is going to see your VLDRs. We ask all members of the VL to maintain the utmost integrity, but just be aware when you send something out to the VL, eventually a player will join the VL and they will see what all has been said. So again, keep the respect. We will not send anything that we deem to be blatantly disrespectful if you VLDR it and say, Jimmy is a fuckface, for example. Okay, that's a little bit like, you know, it's not terribly disrespectful, but it's also not like the most acceptable. If you replace that with something else that's super unfortunate, we'll probably be like, we're not going to send that. Okay. All chats, please include us in your one-on-one chats. Also, any alliance chats that form, we do ask that you name
He's in character.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, did I leave?
You cut out for like
froze.
20 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We're just talking
From
about
the
chats.
beginning
Y'all
of
didn't
chat.
miss
40
anything.
seconds.
Alliance chats are good. Just make sure you name your alliance chats. It makes everybody's life easier and it's a lot of fun. Please record all calls. Again, this is for the integrity of the game. Challenges, which we will call missions this season, will be posted by us in the announcements chat. After each interrogation room has concluded, you will receive information on the next challenge very shortly thereafter, depending on what is going on in the game. But typically, you can expect to see a challenge followed by, or you can expect to see an interrogation room followed by a challenge. They are necessary to compete in if you would like to win, especially in the tribal phase. So please be open and upfront with production of whether or not you have the ability to make a challenge, so that way we can be as fair as possible and make sure that we compete with as even of numbers as possible if it behooves the challenge to do so. Okay, there are 3 types of challenges: live challenges, non-live, semi-live. As those come up, we'll let you know. Live challenges, we'll set a time frame. Everybody needs to be there. Non-live, you'll do it on your own. Semi-live, it's based off of your personal schedule or your tribe schedule, depending on what phase of the game we're in. Some challenges may require sit-outs. So if you need to sit out from a challenge or there is a sit-out necessary for the challenge, then you'll sit out. Not all challenges involve all players in the game. There is no back-to-back sitting out in challenges. So if you sit out a challenge, then you must, unless otherwise determined by outside interference, you must compete in the next challenge. You can't just voluntarily be like, I'm going to sit out this one and I'm going to sit out this one. There are no Abby Marias on this game. The interrogation room. Attendance to the interrogation room is not mandatory, but it is highly encouraged. This is where everything fun is going to happen. It is the interrogation room, and we here love theming. So you will be interrogated, and we will try to get as much juice out of you as possible. I personally stay out of the one-on-one chats. Well, I'm like still in them, but I stay out of the one-on-one chats on interrogation room days because I do love to be unaware. So that way I can pull it out of you. All right, voting, make sure that you pre-vote. And then there will be a time frame when I ask for everyone to please go to your prod chat and cast your vote. You can either change your vote or you will bump your vote. But if you are attending the interrogation room, you will then go in and you will cast your vote. At that time, that vote is then final. When I come back, we'll ask for any sort of advantages that are necessary to be played. I will read the vote, and then you will become declassified. All right, post-elimination, pre-jurors, you'll get added to the VL. Jury, you will not get added to the VL. You will get added to a jury chat. And then we'll go on to final tribal council when it's there. All of this is found in the rules. If you have any questions whatsoever about anything that I said, please feel free to ask later. All right, now is the fun part. This is the twist. Okay, we have a slideshow. I am going to share this with you. I'm sorry, I know we try to keep this as exciting as possible, but you know, paperwork has to be done. Wiretapping. In this game, we have a twist that is called the wiretapping twist. Here's how it works. Beginning in round 1, agents will be asked to choose one of the wiretap rooms: red, blue, pink, yellow, white, black, gold, purple, orange. Discussion of which room you are choosing is expressly forbidden and will result in a punishment. However, you may talk about what you chose after you have experienced the wiretap. Once all agents have selected their room, the agents will be added to their chosen room. Inside of the room is an access code. The room must come to a unanimous decision on which agent will receive the access code. Failure to come to a unanimous decision will just result in an access code becoming corrupted and therefore invalid. Agents who successfully retrieve an access code will then receive an invitation to the vault. Inside the vault, an agent will be presented with a choice of briefcases. Each briefcase shall contain an item of value. However, one of the briefcases will contain a negotiation chip. You will want to try to get yourself a negotiation chip. At round 5, all of the agents with a negotiation chip will be granted access to the negotiation room, where one agent shall gain the power to alter the game. So during rounds 1 through 4, you'll be asked to submit a room choice in your prod chat. Once everybody has submitted a room choice, by the time that we determine, you will then be added to that, which means that if a person from one society, the Freemason Society, selects the red room, and a person from the Templar Society also selects a red room, you will both be in the interrogation room together. You will not be allowed to create a one-on-one chat just because you are in the interrogation room together. There could be any number of people in the same room, or you could be the only one in that room. If you're the only one, guess what? You just got an access code. If you're not the only one, you've got a little bit harder of a battle, as you must decide who's going to get that access code. All right? You may feel free to select the first room in your prod chat now. So you will have until noon tomorrow to select a room. This will give everybody that's not here tonight until tomorrow to select which room they want to go in. By noon tomorrow, you will be added to a wiretap room. Remember, don't tell anybody who you are wiretapping until afterwards. You may tell people who you have seen in the wiretap room, just not what room you're planning to go to. So you cannot pre-plan, say, for example, just because Keaton and LJ are on my screen right now, you cannot both decide, hey, let's both go to the yellow room. It doesn't work like that, okay? All right. Now for the other twist that you all know is coming. How is this twist going to work out this season? What is the best way that you can make sure that you enter the Final Four? One of the most popular conspiracy theories is who killed JFK? Was it a friend or was it a foe? Some would even say that it was someone he trusted with his life. In this game, you are going to give the power of the assassin to the person you trust the most. Every round, before the end of the round, you will secretly cast a vote for who you trust the most. You can vote for any player in the game other than yourself. You may not discuss this vote with anyone. That person will receive a point. After the final 6 interrogation room, the assassin will be revealed. That person will then be handed a single bullet and must assassinate an agent remaining in the game. The assassin will be the agent who receives the most trust votes throughout the entire game, even if they are on the jury. Your ability to conspire to be social better be on point, as you want to curry enough favor to be declared the assassin and have played this game well enough with enough jury management to make sure you survive. Remember, agents, there are no coincidences, and it is a conspiracy. Oh, and last but not least, you are allowed to have 2 prod guests. Those prod guests cannot be in 2 different chats. So please go ahead and ask us for your prod guests. Go ahead and make your one-on-ones. We will post your first challenge and all of the details that you've seen in either slide or text form before the night is over. Congratulations, agents. Welcome aboard. I can't stop the recording.